Forms of government. Matriarchy and patriarchy. This society is governed by the eldest or most important members of the male or female sexes. Or gender if you want to use a made-up academic term that divides and destroys human beings. Despite what you may think, neither society makes one sex superior to the other, which rarely happens in tribal or nomadic cultures. Both members work together in roles that fit naturally to men and women. Many patriarchy have lasted for thousands of years, while matriarchy also remains stable in more nomadic settings. As long as all individuals agree to the system and isn't forced to suit an elitist whims, political, or religious reasons. Fourth wave feminism and MGTOW are good examples of bad and destructive forms of matriarchy and patriarchy. You need both mothers and fathers to have a stable family. The same goes with society. Autocracy. One hereditary ruler wields absolute power. The autocrat either is supported by a well-developed bureaucracy or military, or stands as the only authority in an otherwise anarchic society. Very much like what the DNC, uniparty Republicans, social activists, environmental activists, globalists, and their corrupt bureaucrats. Which has led to America's decline in our constitutional republic, civil rights, economy, national security, and political unity. Democracy. Citizens choose their representatives to determine the laws. A bureaucracy and a military carries out the day-to-day work with the government positions filled through open elections. Democracies are always unstable. They also tend to devolve into mob rule and infighting. Minorities are never represented. Leaders can pass anything without challenge, leading to corruption. Wealth and power also become centralized to a few people. America is not a democracy. Those that call it so are the reason why we are collapsing like one. Confederacy. Each individual city, town, or states govern themselves, but all contribute to a league or federation that promotes in theory the common good of all member states. Conditional attitudes toward a central government vary from place to place within a confederacy, both approving or outright rejecting a centralized government of any kind. Many Native American tribes have formed into confederacies like the Tulalip tribes in the Pacific Northwest. The Confederate States of America is another which rebelled and seceded from the United States over concerns of a centralized government forming in the USA, fears of industrialization of farms and plantations, as well as North American Republicans choosing to repeal slavery across America. Believe it or not, slavery was rare in the South and most citizens never owned slaves. However, no one in the southern states wanted to live in a centralized government. It was the corrupt Democratic Party that made it about slavery after the war and still want active slavery today by making a rich and poor dichotomy with overspending federal funds, putting the nation in endless debt, high taxation, soft on crime policies, picking and choosing what laws they enforce, weaponizing the legal system against political dissenters, destroying the energy industries, climate change hoaxes, and terrible social communistic policies. Establishment GOP candidates like Michigan McConnell also profits from working with the Democratic Party and not doing anything to stop them. This completes our first chapter on types of governments. Now do your homework. Class dismissed.